First, it was the international media, and now politicians in India are at it again, picking a trivial issue like the fact that India's most famous symbol, the Taj Mahal, India's pride, was built by, yes, here it comes, a Muslim emperor centuries ago. An Indian legislator has said that the Taj is a blot on India's culture because it was built by a Mughal emperor, and the Muslim rulers were, according to the legislator Sangeet Som, quote-unquote traitors to India. There was also an immediate and wholly unnecessary reaction coming in from a Muslim political leader. Now, the Mughals may have had a controversial history, but surely history should remain where it is in the past, and celebrated monuments should not become political tools. Wion senior foreign editor Padma Rao reports for you.
It's been barely a couple of weeks since the Washington Post had presented an absurd equation. The Chief Minister of the state of Uttar Pradesh had said to stop presenting visitors to his state cheap plastic replicas of the Taj Mahal since it did not encompass all of Indian culture. Since the Chief Minister is of the ruling BJP and a saffron-wearing ascetic to boot, the Post's reporter concluded that he was criticizing the Taj Mahal because, here it comes, it was built by a Muslim emperor. Wion's campaign Taj Above Religion went viral on the social media. An overwhelming majority of Indians seem to agree that to them the Taj is not Muslim, the Konark temple is not Hindu, they are all Indian. Using the fact that the Taj was missing from a calendar printed by UP's tourism department as somewhat shaky evidence, the American Daily had insisted that funds were being withheld for maintaining the fragile marble monument. Wion reproduced the entire UP tourism campaign, which highlighted plenty of other Christian, Buddhist and Muslim monuments in the same state. Elsewhere, the campaign management had explained that the intention was merely to highlight and ensure footfalls at many other monuments that were less famous and give the Taj a much-needed break. But after the American newspaper, it is now Indian politicians themselves who seem determined to keep the absurd argument alive. A BJP legislator has now called the Taj Mahal a blot on Indian culture. And the reason? Because it was built by Shah Jahan, a Mughal emperor.
बहुत लोगों को बड़ा दर्द हुआ कि आगरा का ताजमहल ऐतिहासिक स्थलों में से निकाल दिया गया। कैसा इतिहास? कहां का इतिहास? कौन सा इतिहास? क्या वो इतिहास कि ताजमहल को बनाने वाले ने अपने बाप को कैद किया था? क्या वो इतिहास कि ताजमहल बनाने वाले ने उत्तर प्रदेश और हिंदुस्तान से सभी हिंदुओं का सर्वनाश करने का काम किया था? ऐसे लोगों का अगर आज भी इतिहास में नाम होगा तो ये दुर्भाग्य की बात है, और मैं गारंटी के साथ आपसे कहता हूं कि इतिहास बदला जाएगा।
Others could have ignored Mr. Som's remark as an ignorant rant and moved on. After all, there are far more urgent matters in India that demand attention. But when a fringe leader of the ruling BJP makes a provocative remark, can Muslim politicians be left behind?
If what he says is true, that the Taj Mahal is a symbol of traitors, built by traitors, then why is Mr. Modi going to Red Fort and hoisting a national flag on a place which was built by traitors? Will Mr. Modi stop hoisting national flag from a place which is identified built by traitors?
Making molehills out of mountains is a bad habit politicians of all parties share as a pastime, or rather time pass as we call it in colloquial Indian English. But to escalate a minor issue and attack the highest executive office of the Prime Minister, as Mr. Owaisi did, is in plain bad taste. More so because all PMs of all political hues have always spoken to the nation from the ramparts of the Red Fort. That is the proud architectural landmark of the country's capital, New Delhi. Padma Rao, Wion.
Let's break this down for our viewers. Joining us on this special edition is a brand strategy expert, Harish Bejur, joining us from Bengaluru. Good evening, sir. Appreciate your speaking with us here on Wion. First up, what's more problematic about the entire issue to you? The fact that these question marks and these allegations are being made against a monument which is India's pride among world wonders? Or is it more problematic to you that the fact that Indian politicians now are the ones who are raking up the issue?
Well, I think, this is a totally unnecessary issue. This is mausoleum politics at play. History is something we must leave where it is. if you really look at India, I think, India is a beautiful quilt. We are quilted by religions, we are quilted by monuments, we are quilted by a very exciting history. I think we must allow history to be where it is. It's wrong to rake these issues up. And I think you and I and all of us who are raking up the issue are very small people. And I think we need to redefine who we are. Because, just raking up an issue to get publicity, to be in the public eye, wrong thing to do.
The fact that Indian politicians are making these remarks, what message do you think really goes out to the world? Important to highlight here that this comes very close on the heels of international media already raking up the issue and tried to attach religion to a monument like the Taj Mahal.
First of all, I'd like to say that this is India's business. The monument belongs to India. This history belongs to India. The geography that India is, and I think it should be allowed to be there. And I think that's the way to go about it. But, the sad trend is that politicians are going out and speaking about issues just to make noise so that they are in public limelight. Anybody who wants to gain public limelight goes up and denigrates the office of the Prime Minister of this country. I think that's wrong, totally wrong. And this effort of raking up the Taj is quite equal to that.
We also have a campaign which talks about how Taj is above religion, Mr. Bijur. But the very fact that Indian politicians are making these remarks, do you think somewhere this does make a strong comment on the kind of larger picture that we're talking about here, dragging religion into iconic monuments like the Taj Mahal? Do you think that it's time that people themselves wake up and try and speak out when it comes to issues like these and give out a strong no to politicians who are trying to attach religion to a monument?
I think so. And if you really look at it, the Prime Minister of this country, Mr. Modi himself, has said it in the past that don't attach religion with politics because, it can be a very regressive move. So I think we need to respect the prime voice of this country, which is the Prime Minister's voice. And I think every politician must fall in step, because hang on, guys, I think it's not a great thing to do to mix religion with politics, not in 2017.